So a lot of us take vitamin D. It's one of the most common supplements out there for bone health and immune support. But what if I told you it might not be working as hard as it could be? In this explainer, we're going to uncover the essential teammates vitamin D needs to really do its job right.
So, you're taking your daily vitamin D, thinking you've got all your bases covered. But what if it's like a star quarterback on a football team with nobody to throw to? It turns out there are two other key partners, and without them, you're probably not getting the full benefit. And here they are, the missing links, magnesium and vitamin K2. And the science is pretty clear on this. For most healthy adults, taking these three together isn't just safe, it can be a total game changer for how your body supports bone health.
Okay, so to really get why this trio is so powerful, I want you to think of them as your body's own personal construction crew. They're all working together on the same job site, which is, your bones and your body. Let's break down who does what.
This is where it gets really cool. So, step 1. Vitamin D's job is to get calcium, the building blocks, into your body in the first place. But it can't really do that job without magnesium. Magnesium is like the foreman on the job site. It literally activates vitamin D, putting it to work. Then you've got vitamin K2, and its job is absolutely critical. It's the traffic director, making sure all those building blocks, all that calcium, gets to the right places, like your bones and teeth, and not the wrong places, like your arteries.
And hey, this isn't just a nice little story. It's backed by experts. As registered dietitian Olivia Thomas says right here, you need enough magnesium just to properly use the vitamin D you're taking. See? Without the foreman, the worker just can't get started.
All right, so we know how they work as a team. Now let's get to know each player on the roster a little bit better. Because understanding what each one does on its own really shows you why their teamwork is just so powerful.
First up, the one we all know, vitamin D. Its main claim to fame is being the calcium absorber. It's the nutrient that unlocks your body's ability to pull in calcium from your diet, which, as we know, is fundamental for strong bones, muscles, and your immune system. Next is magnesium, the activator. Think of it as the on switch for vitamin D, but its job is so much bigger than that. Magnesium is a real workhorse, involved in literally hundreds of processes all over your body, including helping maintain a healthy bone structure all on its own. It's a true multitasker. And finally, vitamin K2, the calcium director. Honestly, this one is so vital. Its job is to be the GPS for all that calcium that vitamin D helped you absorb and make sure it ends up in your bones and teeth. And just as importantly, it keeps that calcium out of your arteries and other soft tissues where it could cause some serious trouble.
Now, before you run out to buy all three of these, we got to cover the fine print. And this is really important. This is not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. So let's talk about dosages and, most importantly, safety.
Okay, this gives us a general ballpark for adults. We're talking somewhere around 15 to 20 micrograms for vitamin D, about 90 to 120 micrograms for vitamin K2, and a much wider range for magnesium, somewhere between 310 and 420 milligrams. But, and this is a big but, remember, these are just general guidelines.
And that's because your needs could be completely different. As Dr. Sherry Ross says here, the absolute best first step you can take is to get your levels checked by a doctor. That's the only way to know your personal starting point and how much you actually need.
This is a big one, so let's just pause here for a second. Supplements can interact with medications you might be taking, and it is absolutely crucial to know about this before you start anything new.
For example, vitamin K can interfere with blood thinners. That's a really important one. Vitamin D can interact with things like statins and steroids. And magnesium levels can be affected by a whole bunch of medications, from certain antibiotics and diuretics to drugs for acid reflux or osteoporosis. The bottom line here is simple. You have to talk to your healthcare provider.
So after all that information, what's the big takeaway? Let's boil this all down into an empowered next step so you know exactly what to do with everything we've just talked about.
This slide right here really says it all. Taking vitamin D by itself, yeah, it helps you absorb calcium, and that's good. But putting the whole team together, D, magnesium, and K2, that maximizes how your body uses that calcium. It activates the D and directs the calcium right where it belongs. You're going from a solo player to a fully synergistic team.
So it's so important to remember that all of this is a guide, not a prescription. Your body, your diet, your health history, they're all unique to you. What works for one person might not be the right move for you. It's all about individualized care.
Which brings us to the most important point of all.
The best, safest, and most effective approach is to have an informed conversation. Take this knowledge, go talk to a registered dietitian or your doctor, and they can help you figure out what's truly best for your specific needs.
And we'll end on this simple question for you to think about. After everything we've covered, take a look at your own routine. Is your vitamin D flying solo, or is it part of a well-supported team? It might be time to find out.